All right, man. If you could have just seen, you want to talk something PMDD action, man. That was throwing, knocking things off the tables and kicking it across the floor and throwing the garbage all over the sink. It was a trip. I have some videos of that eventually. I think what I should do is make them private and just put them out there, um, and then uh, like it would be more like a flick of a switch. You could see it what goes on, but it's definitely a terrible experience. And you want to talk, yeah, stuff is gonna get damaged. It's true, but you just have to cope with it. So I am trying to, yeah. Well, it's like playing Macarena. If you get tensed up and you get mad, you can't play it well. That's the life is like that. All right. So I'm trying to get my head back together here, and speak to me, man. Cheer me up. Um, uh, I really enjoyed Macarena Dario this morning, and I'm sorry I had to get off unexpectedly. My daughter got up at about 6:15, and I went to feed her and everything. And her she's made a lot of her Roblox play videos, and they filled up her computer. And I needed to offload her videos because I need to kind of at the when I get the next opportunity, I need to review them and put them up. Um, yeah, it's a big job. You got to wrap your head around it. But yeah, the her computer, what, and this is something that I, it's a good thing because I need experience with it. Like I talk to parents, and I really believe that parents in a situation where you're forced to be away from your child, and your child is on the smartphone out on the internet, or your child is on the computer on Roblox, whatever game that they're on, Fortnite or whatever like that. Uh, I really believe that as a parent, first of all, you shouldn't, if you've had to lose engagement with your child because of your work time, and some parents they don't, just struggling to get by, and they can't spend time with their children or whatever, and these game companies are really trying to get the audience. They want everybody's attention, and they have beat us, right, for our children's attention, right? So what the danger is, and I try to convey this to parents, is like if you come in ham-fisted, right, and say, I'm not going to let you play these games, I don't like it where it's going, or whatever like that, ultimately it's going to lead to estrangement. As soon as the child's going to look for every opportunity to be away from you, the parent, right? All their friends are out there in the reality of the world and everything on the internet. All their friends are out there. If they're going to carry on a conversation with anybody, they need to be privy to what things go on out there. And what you're doing is you're moving your child into a different world that's not your world, right? So I try to say to parents, come up with a way to monitor, uh, and don't punish them, but get in there yourself, right? One way you can do it is to monitor, right, by recording, like what the reason my daughter's hard drive filled up, people that have been watching the stream know is that I've been teaching her to record, to start OBS recording whenever she starts to play, right? And so that saves the recording on the computer. Of course, it's filled up the hard drive. All right, now that needs to be moved off, and I'm doing that right now. Give me a chance to, and I do want to look around and see what's happening. But even better than recording all that stuff is actually getting on Roblox as a parent and getting out there where your kid is playing. That's one of the reasons I am here. I'm trying to practice what I preach or whatever. Is that my child was sitting by herself watching YouTube Kids for 2 years while I was working at an elementary school, and I decided I had to come back home because that a child needs a parent, a guide that's with them. If you want to have a relationship with your own family, you need to have one, right? Try to make each other feel good. Now, I have. You find in life when people have been through a lot that they don't make other people feel good. They're cruel to other people and do terrible things and stuff like that. But that's the reality of it. Even these killings and stuff like that, where just innocent people get shot. There's a line from the prophet Isaiah that's translated from Hebrew in many different ways, but one way of translating is, the righteous perisheth, and no one taketh notice. They do not understand. This one was taken, God has taken this one because of the evil. Right. In other words, if evil and wrongness gets full sway over things, right, then the air would turn totally into poison. Everybody would die. It's sensible. It's sensible prophecy, right? You see somebody, well, I just drank all the nutritious milk, and nuclear atmospheric testing made fallout on the grass that the cows ate, and you got horrible cancer and you died screaming in agony. But you were a nice person, right? That is a way of seeing what Isaiah wrote, or what he said, what was attributed to him, which was the righteous die and no one notices. They don't understand. He died because of the evil, not because he was evil, but because of the evil. When there's too much evil, everything good is gonna be gone, and then we'll have peace and it'll be good again. All right. Trying to hydrate. Like I said, I'm losing weight on a diet. Lost a lot of weight. There was no cover around here. Bobo the Rebo? Bobibo? Yeah, I love that. Thank you, sir. That's no cover. Well, yeah, there is some cover. I could get down here. Maybe this is a good spot. He hit me with one shot, and yeah, missile right. What, 72,000 damage? No problem. Alright. Where do I want to drop? No, didn't make it to him. I wanted to get up tight with him. Because that's fun. Nope. He hit me every time. That missile rack was 72,000 damage. Nothing in my hangar can withstand that. That's not a good match. That's okay. That only took down half his hit point. I'm trying this to get under cover. See, I couldn't get under cover. On this map. No. Huh. Good. Yeah, it was a little bit skillful, I think. I tried to launch, I really did. I was clicking it. Both of them. Thank you, I appreciate that. Go to hangar. I'm trying to get a new flow, to make sure the comic book is coming through steady. I wanna bring it back up, right? And then I gotta bring it forward here. That Pronto is getting mighty uppity these days. Now to get down to protecting this wagon train. I have a feeling that engines are close. I have a mysterious feeling that the mysterious Chief Wanga and his tribe of bloodthirsty engines are very close. I have this very definite, very, very definite feeling. Alright, man, we've got to ride out and look for Indian sign. But lone stranger, wouldn't it be better if you rode out on your horse? I can't. Not as long as I have this definite feeling that engines are near. He's kind of arrowing his butt. Visit the Husky Wowo Motel Genuine Indian Cooking cheap rates. Genuine Indian cooking cheap rates. Okay. Look over there. Just as I expected, an Indian sign. Now that my suspicions are confirmed that there are engines in the neighborhood, I have work to do. I've got riding to do. Easy, steady, big fellow. And now, yeah, this is the thing where the horse runs out from under my thing. According to the Indian sign, I reckon the engines went that way. Hi-yo, golden, away. Boom, in the opposite direction. Right, so. Alright, so, like if I got a rhythm or whatever, I drop out of a match. But then theoretically I would need to turn the magazine off so I can see the chat. That should be the ritual, right? And you know, and this morning, because we're having a tough morning, I'm gonna start my book, get my mind out of it.
Could this eventual reaction, which the whole of the civilized world gradually experienced, have happened without the long chain of revolting crimes and abominations which the nobility, the monarchy, and the church committed? The unnatural servitude inflicted by the temporal and spiritual powers produced liberty, but nourished it with poison, so that liberty bit into its own flesh, and wounded itself. The revolution was a judgment which in one day atoned for the sins of 1,000 years, and which hurled into the dust all who, at the expense of justice and religion, had created new grades of society. A new day of the Lord had come to humiliate all the proud and high, and to raise up the lowly. For the Jews, too, the most abject and despised people in European society, the day of redemption and liberty was to dawn after their long slavery for 30 among the nations of Europe. It is noteworthy that England and France, the two European countries which first expelled the Jews, were the first to reinstate them in the rights of humanity. What Mendelssohn had thought possible at some distant time, and what had been the devout wish of Dom and Diels, those defenders of the Jews, was realized in France with almost magical rapidity. However, the freedom of the French Jews did not fall into their laps like ripe fruit, in the maturing of which they had taken no trouble. They made vigorous exertions to remove the oppressive yoke from their shoulders. But in France the result of their activity was more favorable and speedy than in Germany. The most zealous energy in behalf of the liberation of the French Jews was displayed by a man, whose forgotten memory deserves to be transmitted to posterity.
Hey, Soul Reaper, no hard feelings, but I'm trying to...
was the first to exert himself by word and deed to remove the prejudices against his
Soul Reaper as well. I think he's a cool guy or whatever, but I think he bought a bunch of very expensive costly Macarena equipment. And yeah, I don't see a reason why he would want to match with me unless he was really super cool. Or altruistic. How about that? Instead of, because super cool means different things to different people, but altruistic is more specific. Philanthropic.
Where no Jew was allowed to live. At first he was allowed in Strasbourg only one winter, but having performed great services to the state, during the war and the famine under Louis XV, the permission to stay was repeatedly prolonged by the minister, and he utilized this
just gotta
to
move
take up
on,
his permanent residence there. Sir therefore 31 drew other Jews to Strasbourg. Secretly he purchased houses for himself and his family, and owing to his services to the state, he obtained from Louis XVI all the rights and liberties of royal subjects, especially the exceptional privilege of possessing land, property, and goods. He also established factories in Strasbourg, and tried to have the work done by Jews, so as to withdraw them from petty trading and deprive their accusers of all excuse for their prejudices. Although Sir Vere was a useful member of society, and brought profit to the town, the Germans in Strasbourg viewed the settlement of Jews within their laws askance, and made every conceivable effort to expel Vere and his friends. This Philistine narrow-mindedness on the one hand, and Dom's advocacy of the Jews on the other, as well as the partial relief afforded by Emperor Joseph, impelled Bear seriously to consider the emancipation of the Jews, or at least their admission to most of the French towns, and to endeavor to carry the measure at court. To win public opinion, he energetically spread Dom's apology in France. The proposals of Sir Bear were favorably received at court. From other quarters, also, the French government was petitioned to lighten the oppressive measures, which weighed especially on the Jews of Alsace and Lorraine. The good-natured Louis XVI was inclined to remove any abuse as soon as it was placed before him in its true light. The noble Malesherbes, enthusiastic for the well-being of mankind, probably at the instigation of the king, summoned a commission of Jews, which was to make suggestions for the amelioration of the condition of their brethren in France. As a matter of course, Sir Bear was invited. As representative of the Jews of Lorraine, his ally, Bear Isaac Bear of Nancy, was summoned, who afterwards developed the greatest zeal for the emancipation of his co-religionists. Portuguese 432 Jews from Bordeaux and Bayonne, the two towns where they resided, were also included in the commission. Furtado, who subsequently played a part in the history of the revolution, Bradis, Isaac Rodriguez.
Hey, Untitled 3D, I saw it. How's it playing? Oh, man, I'm getting my butt whipped today. Man, it's but it's. I think it's worth watching just for the pure, instantaneous, humorous death that I've been experiencing. You know, just it's not matching very well. Had a couple of well-matched matches. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I sort of like this level. Let's see if I can survive. If it's a well-matched. A lot of people, they're coming in here and they hit me. If they hit me one time. Missile Rat.
Count Mirabeau, born 1749, died 1791, who was always on the side of the oppressed against the oppressors, was first induced, by his intimacy with Mendelssohn's circle, to raise his voice of thunder on behalf of the Jews. Filled with admiration for the grand personality of Mendelssohn, and inspired by the thought of accomplishing the deliverance of an enslaved race, Mirabeau wrote his important work upon Mendelssohn and the political reform of the Jews 1787. Of the former he drew a brilliant picture. The Jewish sage could not have wished for a warmer, more inspired, more clear-sighted interpreter. The liking he entertained for Mendelssohn Mirabeau transferred to the Jews in general. May it not be said that his example, especially the outcome of his exertions for the elevation of his brethren, silences those who, with ignoble bitterness, insist that the Jews are so contemptible that they cannot be transformed into a respectable people? 433 This observation was the introduction to Mirabeau's Vindication of the Jews, in which he gave a correct exposition of what Dom had as and what he himself had experienced. He surveyed the long, tragic history of the Jews, discovering traits very different from those found by Voltaire. Mirabeau saw the glorious martyrdom of the Jews and the disgrace of their oppressors. Their virtues he extolled freely, and attributed their failings to the ill treatment they had received.
Humiliation. Now I'm about to die. I'm about to spawn.
Open to them every avenue of gaining a livelihood. Instead of forbidding them agriculture, handicrafts, and the mechanical arts, encourage them to devote themselves to these occupations. With telling them, Mirabeau disputed the arguments of the German anti-Semites.
Did I bring him down? I brought him down a little bit.
Against the naturalization of the
I wish I could spell that guy again like that.
It was necessary to place the different objections side by side to demonstrate their absurdity. On the one hand, it was maintained that
keep looking over there, buddy.
With Christians, the Jews would gain the upper hand, and from another point of view it was demonstrated that they would always remain inferior. Let their opponents first agree among themselves.
I was about to zap him, man.
At present they refute each other. Mirabeau foresaw, with prophetic clearness, that in a free and happy condition the Jews would soon forget their messianic king, and that therefore the justification of their permanent exclusion, derived from their belief in the Messiah, was futile. There is only one thing to be lamented, that so highly gifted a nation should so long have been kept in a state wherein it was impossible for its powers to develop, and every far-sighted man must rejoice in the acquisition of useful fellow citizens from among the Jews. On all occasions Mirabeau seized the opportunity of speaking warmly on behalf of the Jews. He was 434 devoted to them and their biblical literature, and scattered the clouds of prejudice with which Voltaire had enveloped them. When Mirabeau undertook the defense of any matter, the victory was already half won. His suggestions for reform came at the right moment. Among the thousand matters that occupied public opinion on the eve of the revolution was also the Jewish question. The Jews, especially in Alsace, complained of their unendurable misery, and the Christian populace, of their intolerable impoverishment through the Jews. In Metz an anti-Jewish pamphlet had appeared, entitled The Citizens' Cry Against the Jews, which inflamed the worst passions of the people against them. The pamphlet was indeed prohibited. But what slanderous assertion, however incredible, has ever been without result? A appearances, in point of fact, were against the Jews. A young Jewish author, the first Alsatian Jew who wrote in French, published a statement by 1787, which justified the expectation that the Jews would no longer,
Brought him down a
as
little
in
bit.
Voltaire's time, permit such insults to pass unnoticed, but would emerge from their attitude as silent suffering. Isaiah Bairdley, born 1759, died 1805, well-educated and eloquent, better acquainted with the history of his people than his Jewish contemporaries, including even the Berlin leaders, rebutted every charge with convincing emphasis. Through these writings burned against the Jews, the Jewish question became prominent in France. The Royal Society of Science and Arts in Metz offered a prize for the best essay in answer to the question, are there means to make the Jews happier and more useful in France? 3 replies, all in favor
you're
of the
mad? I'm
Jews,
sorry.
were sent in by 2 Christian inquirers, and 1 Jewish, the Abbé Grigorier, Theory, the Member of Parliament for Nancy, and Salkine Hurwitz the Pole, of Cogno 435 on the Niemen, who had emigrated to Paris. That of Grigorier, however, had the greatest effect. Grigorier was a simple nature, and in the midst of universal corruption had preserved a pure, childlike mind. When these apologetic pamphlets appeared, the storm-charged clouds
Too
of the
close.
revolution, which were to bring about destruction and reorganization in the world, had already gathered. The fetters of a double slavery, beneath which European nations groaned, that of the state and the church, were at length, in one country at least, to be broken. As if touched by a magic wand, France turned into a glowing furnace, where all the instruments of serfdom were consumed, and out of the ashes arose the French nation, rejuvenated, destined for great things, the first apostle of the religion of freedom, which loved with passionate devotion. Was it not natural to expect the hour to strike for the redemption of the most abased people, the Jews? 2 of their most ardent defenders sat in that part of the National Assembly which, truly representative of the nation, restored inalienable rights to those so long disinherited by church and state. These representatives were Mirabeau, one of the fathers of the revolution, and the Abbé Grigorier, who owed his election to his essay in defense of the Jews. At the outbreak of the revolution, there lived in France scarcely 50,000 Jews,
Good.
almost half of whom 20,000 dwelt in
So hot.
Alsace
Good.
during the most oppressive year.
Oh, shoot.
In Metz,
That was my Aries reflex. Sorry.
only 420 Jewish families were tolerated, and in the whole of Lorraine only 180, and these were not allowed to increase.
Took you down a little bit, half.
In spite
half
of
of it.
stringent prohibitions, a congregation of about 500 persons had gathered since 1740. About as many lived in Bordeaux, the majority of them of New Christian or Portuguese descent. There were also 436 some communities in the papal districts of Avignon and Carpentras. In Carpentras there dwelt about 700 families, over 2,000 souls with their own rabbinate. Those in the best condition were the Jews of Bordeaux and the Goddard community of Bayonne. Among the Jews of the various provinces there was as little connection as among those in other European countries. Misfortune had separated them. Thus it happened that no concerted action was taken to obtain naturalization from the National Assembly at once, although Grigorier, the Catholic priest, true love for mankind in his heart, exhorted them to seize this favorable opportunity. They indeed boasted many liturgies,
yeah, Untitled 3D, are you still there? I bought the Zephyr with credits.
But at first no measures were taken.
My daughter bought it. She was on, and when I came back, it was there.
Therefore, in the first stormy months of the revolution,
She
nothing
likes
was
supporting
undertaken
that.
for the
She just
emancipation of
does.
the Jews. The deputies in the States General or the National Assembly were sufficiently occupied without thinking of the Jews.
Yeah.
Besides, they adhered rather closely to the program enumerating the wishes of their
Oh,
voters,
Untitled.
on which the emancipation of the
All
Jews
right.
was not mentioned.
Oh, Untitled. That's
The
right.
deputies of Alsace
Right.
and Lorraine,
That's
in
what
fact,
happens with
had
me.
received
'Cause it's-
instructions to attack the Jews. The assaults made upon the Jews in the German provinces, as a result
Okay,
of the
these
disorders
guys
of the
have dropped
revolution,
out.
first moved the victims to bring their complaints before the National Assembly. It was, perhaps, an advantage that the ripe fruit of liberty did not fall into their laps, but that they had to exert themselves energetically to
This
obtain it.
Untitled, you
Liberty
want
became the more
to
precious to them.
join
The
in?
storming of the Bastille had
I may
finally
have a.
torn the
Let's
scepter
see.
from the deluded king, and
Where's
handed
my
it over for 37 to the
thingamajigga?
people.
Let's see.
The revolution had tasted blood, and began to inflict punishment upon the tyrants. In
Yeah,
many parts of the
I'm
land,
not
as if by agreement,
a
castles
big
were burned
gamer,
down,
but
monasteries destroyed,
I'm
and
trying to
the nobility
learn, and
maltreated or
I'm
slain.
not going to spend
The
money.
people, brought up in
A
the
lot of
church,
times,
and now released from the chains of slavery, knew not how to distinguish
Yeah,
right from
it's
wrong,
like
and
I
rushed
throw up
recklessly
a
upon what
very
lay nearest
weak
their stupid
mech
ways.
into combat because it's a choice you make
1789 halves incited by secret Jew haters
where you're
as storming
gonna
their houses, plundering
have
their
an
property,
opportunity to
and
get more
forcing them
skill.
to flee half naked. They, who hitherto had
I wanna
been humiliated
elaborate
and
on
enslaved
that.
by the nobles and the clergy, were now fellow sufferers with their tyrants. The Alsatian Jew.
My point is this. When I am doing the best that I can with my, like playing it like hard, playing to win or whatever like that, with my best mech, and I go into a match, and the people that I come up against are just, if they touch me one time, everything in my hangar could be destroyed by the amount of power that they have. If it's, it's just kind of boring a little bit when it's a choice that they've made, like squad dropping or something like that. It's a choice that they've made. How can I arbitrarily win and defeat everybody? Well, I need a weapon that goes around the corner so I can stay under cover and not take any hits. And, with an implant that extends it all the way across the battlefield, where when they get hit one time, they take the full damage of the entire magazine with one hit. Somebody makes all these decisions and puts that stuff in there. Thank you. Are you Untitled on here too? Is that your name? But on the other hand, okay, good. I'm going to look for you. On the other hand, people yell at me. They're like, why do you have this inadvisable weapon combo? Or why do you, when you just lost your most powerful mech, why would you put your weakest mech up there? Well, it's I have taken that choice myself, knowing I took the rock bottom lowest power robot that I've got, and I go in there and I said, let me see, can I win? And then it's, I don't know, it's satisfying when, okay, let me look at my friends. I got some new invitation. Untitled EXC. All right. A lot of people would name a virus that. All right. Let's see. I got incoming invitations. Okay. Players hit friend limit. Okay, Dario. All right. So, Untitled, if you want to make a match, the match of your choosing, let's play. Just let me know. I don't want to make one if you're going to make one, because then we'll both show each other we're waiting for a team.
Alsatian Jews mostly escaped of Basel, and although no Jew was allowed to live there, the fugitives were sheltered and sympathetically treated. The Saints were moved to the National Assembly of the Excesses after the first draft of liberty. From that assembly all expected help, no longer from the monarchy, which had already become a mere shadow. Every deputy received detailed reports of disquieting, sometimes sanguinary, events. The ill-treated Jews of Alsace had turned to great order, and he sketched August 3rd, a gloomy picture of the outrages upon the Jews, and added that he, a servant of a religion which regards all men as brothers, requested the interference of the powerful arm of the assembly on behalf of this despised and unhappy people. He also published a pamphlet, called Proposals in Favor of the Jews, to influence public opinion. Then followed the memorable night of the 4th of August, which covered the French nation with eternal fame, when the nobles sacrificed their privileges on the altar of freedom, and acknowledged the equality of all citizens. He birthed hour of a new order of things. In 438, consequence of this agitation, and dreading that they might fall victims to anarchy, the Jews of the various provinces resolved to present petitions for admission into the fraternity of the French people. But again they acted singly, and to some extent preferred contradictory requests. The Jews of Bordeaux had already joined the National Guard, and one was even appointed captain. They had only one desire, that their equalization be sealed by law, and this wish their four deputies, David Gravis, Furtado, Lopes Dumas, and Rodriguez, publicly expressed. About 100 Parisian Jews were also enrolled in the National Guard, and rivaled the other citizens in patriotism and revolutionary spirit. They sent 11 deputies to the National Assembly, who prayed for the removal of the ignominy which covered them as Jews.
Just a few more coins and I can upgrade my MD. That's what I'm shooting for. No, I could not do it without spending money. Man, that was the first time
and the debts which they had contracted in consequence
That
of
was the
taxes
first
they made
time I
good.
really tried to win the shotgun. And somebody got on this morning. They were like, "I won it." You know, I was like, "That's so cool." But there were things that, like, I try to get on 4 hours per day. Great, awesome. And I'm not a really great player, man. But I see the kids playing, and I want to get up in there, you know, because I've been a school teacher for many years, and I told all the parents, I was like, don't take their games away, man. They ain't doing their math. Look, dude, like, this is what I said at school I was working at. I told all the parents, I was like, look, they want to get on their game, right? Give it to them every night. Let's say, here, do this little math assignment. And then before you know it, the kids love that. They look at the math, right? And they go, oh, as soon as I do this is like the creature level. I defeat the math beast on Super Mario, and then I get to my game, right? So it becomes a fun thing, and that you engage them as learners or whatever. So, but then I told all the parents that, and I was like, man, I can't game in here. I was thinking kids should also be observed, so I decided to dive in.
Whilst other creeds might be tolerated. In vain Mirabeau raised a bold protest against such presumptuousness. The unrestricted freedom of belief is so sacred in my eyes.
Positive
that even
association.
the word tolerance sounds despotic to
Don't
me,
damage the
because
relationship
very
with your
existence
kids.
of an authority empowered to tolerate, injures freedom, in that it tolerates, because it might do the reverse.
All right,
His powerful voice was drowned by the opposing clamor. The clever speech of another deputy, Brabant Saint Etienne, however, gained the victory.
I'm gonna try to do a 2 versus 2 if you don't mind.
Also on behalf
Let's
of
see.
the
I'm
Jews.
gonna send you an
I
invite.
demand liberty for the nation of the Jews, always contempt, homeless, wandering over the face of the whole globe, and doomed to humiliation. Banished forever the aristocracy of thought, the feudal system of opinion, which desires to rule others and impose.
Okay,
compulsion
I'm
upon
switching
them.
up to 2 versus 2 because we're on that 2 versus 2 thing.
Which has since become the basis of the European Constitution. No one shall be
They gonna
molested
kill
on account
me.
of his religious opinions, insofar as their outward expression does not disturb public order as established by law. There was one point in the position of the French Jews was disposed of. But when the Jewish question afterwards came on for treatment September 3rd, 440 it was postponed, and handed over to a committee. 3 weeks later the Assembly was again obliged to deal with the Jewish question. Persecutions which the Jews underwent in certain places forced it upon them. Those in Nancy were threatened with pillage, because they were reproached with having bought up provisions and raised the prices. The Jewish question became so pressing, that the order of the day on September
God dang it.
28th was interrupted by it. It was
That
again
looks
before
looks
the
like more like
defendant
a
persecuted.
match.
He was
Actually,
supported by
I
Calvin
expected
and
instant
long-time
death.
sincere friend of religion. With glowing eloquence
Well,
he
there
pointed
it
out that
was.
Christian society was guilty of the
20
degradation of the Jews, and that it must
Or
offer them
36,000
some atonement. The
damage.
Assembly thereupon resolved that the President address a circular letter to the various towns, stating that the Declaration of the Rights of Man, which the Assembly had accepted, comprehended all men upon earth.
I ain't scared of you.
Therefore also the
I
Jews
am not
were
scared
no
of you.
longer to be harassed. The king, with his enfeebled authority, was asked to protect the Jews from further persecutions. This action, however, produced no results for the sufferers. The Jews of Alsace remained exposed to attack, as before. The Jewish representatives of the three
Oh,
bishoprics
you
of
mad? I'm
Alsace and
sorry.
Lorraine lost patience, seeing that their equalization was being constantly deferred. They therefore strove to obtain a hearing for themselves. Introduced by the deputies of Lorraine to the National Assembly October 14th.
Thank you. That was a good shot on my screen.
Co-religionists delivered a speech, in which he portrayed the sufferings of 1,000 years, and implored humane treatment for them. He worthily fulfilled his task. He was obliged to be brief. The Assembly, which had to establish a new emphasis upon the rulings of his old kingdom, could not spare time for long speeches. President Creteau replied that the Assembly would for 41 feel itself happy to be able to afford rest and happiness to the Jews of France. The meeting applauded his words, permitted the Jewish deputies to be present as guests at the proceedings, and promised to take the equalization of the Jews into consideration at the next sitting. From this time the French Jews confidently hoped that their
Oh, he did.
emancipation would
Good.
be
Good
realized.
shot. I wish I got us.
Meanwhile, the revolution had
got
again
an
made
old
a
shot.
gigantic stride forward. The people had brought the proud French sovereign like a prisoner from Versailles to Paris. The deputies also moved to Paris, and the capital became more and more infected with revolutionary fever. The youthful Parisian Jews, as well as the immigrants, took great interest in all occurrences. Even the middle classes aided the cause of the fatherland by supplying funds. At length the Jewish question was to be settled. A deputy was appointed to report upon it, and a special sitting called. but it was brought into connection with another question, namely, the franchise of executioners, actors, and Protestants, to whom the Catholic population in some towns did not wish to grant permission
Oh,
to
it showed
vote.
slow reaction
The
time.
report was sent in by Claremont Tundra, and spoke most logically in favor of all four classes.
If I get hit again, I'm dead.
Friends of Liberty,
Well, maybe not.
Duport, Barney, and, of course, Mirabeau, expressed themselves in favor of the Jews and their fellow sufferers. The followers of the old school opposed them with determination, chief among them Abbie Mori, Bishop Lawfare of Nancy,
Turret's
Bishop
freezing.
of Claremont.
That's what I mean.
Only one ultra-revolutionist, Loyola, from Alsace, spoke against the Jews, maintaining that it was dangerous forthwith to grant complete rights of citizenship to those resident in Alsace, against whom there was deeply rooted hatred. Abbie Mori produced utterly false, or partially true statements, as arguments for unfriendly behavior towards the Jews. 442 he even quoted Voltaire's anti-Jewish writings in order to prejudice the assembly.
I don't know
The
what happened with
assembly
him just
hesitated.
then. He froze
It
or
feared to
something.
attack the gross
Scared it.
prejudice entertained by the populace of the eastern provinces against the Jews. At the representation of one of the deputies, the equalization of the Jews was separated from that of the Protestants, and the resolution ran
His
in
hit points is low.
that the assembly reserved
He's
to
got an
itself
EM
the right of
rifle.
deciding
That's what
about
we
the
need.
Jews, without determining
That would help
upon
me die
anything new
faster.
concerning them. This reservation was repeated at the discussion of the laws for the election of municipal officers January 8, 1790, from which Jews were excluded. This evasive decision grossly offended the Portuguese Jews of Bordeaux. Hitherto they had tacitly enjoyed all the rights of citizens, and in their turn fulfilled all their duties with
With my
self-sacrificing
weakest
readiness.
smack.
Now they were to be kept in uncertainty about their civil status.
Hey,
in
man.
company with the
Hey,
German
bro, we
Jews,
won.
against whom they bore an antipathy not less than that of hostile Christians.
And he up in there with the Arachnos EM rifle business behind it. Man, he
rescinded. As the population were on better terms with the Portuguese, their request was easily obtained. The deputy for Bordeaux, de Hesse, spoke warmly on their behalf. Talleyrand, then Bishop of Autun, was appointed to report upon the matter, and concisely suggested February 28 that those Jews who had hitherto enjoyed civil rights as naturalized Frenchmen should continue to enjoy the privilege. The enemies of the Jews, of course, opposed this notion, fearing that it
What are
would
you doing?
apply
Taking a
to German
donut
Jews.
break? You need to get to
Nevertheless,
the
majority
controls,
decided that
buddy.
those Jews in France who were called
So we coming.
Portuguese, Spaniards, or Vignones of Bordeaux and Bayonne should enjoy full privileges as active citizens, and the king at once approved of this law. It was 443 the first
He's not
legal
there.
recognition of the Jews as
This guy
citizens,
may be
and,
there.
though only a partial recognition, it at least would serve as a precedent. The deputies of the Jews from German
Kill him.
districts did not so easily attain success. They had to struggle hard for equality. At the same time,
They're
they
not
relied upon
there.
a means whereby to bring pressure
So
to
let's
bear
stay by
upon
the spawn
National
point and
Assembly,
just destroy them
induce
as
them
they
to
come in.
concede them full citizenship.
And get our
There were
match
5 men
coins.
who worked most perseveringly to remove all obstacles. They won over to their side the fiery, eloquent advocate Godard, to plead their cause with pen and tongue. They knew that power was no longer in the hands of the National Assembly, but had been seized by the parties of the capital, who, with their revolutionary ardor, held complete
They
control of
left,
Paris,
man.
the
I don't know
deliberating
why.
Assembly, the king,
Both of
almost
them.
the whole country. The Jewish representatives from Paris, Alsace, and Lorraine therefore turned to them for help. They had Godard draw up a petition to the National Assembly, stating that the emancipation of the Jews was not only demanded by the principles of the Constituent Assembly and by
That's all right.
but that it was clearly to withhold it. For, so
He
long
got
as
that
the
from
colony was
Rutger
not
Hauer,
legally
Time to
established,
Die,
the
the
people
Blade
believed
Runner,
that they were
right?
indeed the outcasts their enemies had described them to be. But even more efficacious than this petition was a scene which the Parisian Jews arranged with their advocate before the General Assembly.
All right, bro.
It decided the question. 50 Jewish members of the National Guards, adorned with cockades, among them Salkine Berwick, the Pole, appeared as deputies before the Assembly of the Commune, and petitioned that the city of Paris itself should energetically set about obtaining equality for the Jews.
Well, let's
Godard delivered
see.
a fiery speech
If
in
you
their
come back
support.
in, I'll come
The
back
President of
in.
the General Assembly, Abbie Mulet, replied to this 444 vigorous address with a fervid eloquence peculiar to the orders of the Revolution. The chasm between their religious conceptions and the truth which we as Christians profess cannot hinder us as men from approaching each other, and even if we reproach each other with our errors and complain of each other, at least we can love each other. In the name of
Inez. Lil Inez. You remember Lil Inez and Hairspray? Seaweed Sister. I'm Lil Inez. Seaweed Sister. I'm Tracy Turnblad. I hate to shoot Lil Inez. Oh, you can get out of the way, sir, if you want to. Oh, why are you going to get mad, man? You standing there right in the front and I unload a whole magazine into you. It's not like I got some special thing. Unfair weapon. You just stood there. You got to get out the way, man. It's you're allowed to do that. Oh, good for you, Inez. What has he got? Oh my God, 72,000 damage missile rack. Okay, let me see if I wish I could get. I would love to kill Inez with carrying that missile rack. Oh. Okay, the missile rack is empty. On reload, the fence is still up. No, oops. I can't, man. He's got a fence up. Inez is almost dead. Gotcha. This is so embarrassing, man. Little damn MD. Oh. Oh, he took out my dang shield just like that. One touch and a total elimination of it behind it. Oh. Ouch. No. Okay, missile rack empty. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Alright, he's gone. I want to get right up on his spawn point. Look. Bravo. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. You don't know how much I needed that this morning. Little teamwork. That's what it is behind it. It's great. I'm just sorry the guy's getting mad, you know? I mean, come on. It's not like I got some tricked out Arc Torrent. Okay, I just got a notification. A big zing notification. Oh, bad. Okay, good. I have a shot. Bad shot. They going up there, man. I don't want to go up there. As soon as that Arc Torrent touched me, I bet I'm dead. Yeah, what did I tell you? 88,000 damage, full delivery of it. Where's this guy? I thought he was right there. Oh. I was trying to land like right next to him. And he's got a blockbuster. Man, I ain't got that kind of stuff. Killing me. Yeah, he was backing up. Oops, that sucked. Even one touch, yeah. EM rifle, 36,000 damage. No problem. Oh. That's alright. I said that's alright, Mama. Shoot. And he didn't even touch me. He's got that implant with the melee dash radius, damage radius thing on it, where he don't even touch you. And I would like to bump you, but I missed. Yeah, I don't have no damage radius if This is not a good match, man. They're way overkilled and above us or whatever. A blockbuster? Why is it dropping a blockbuster? See, that's like squad dropping or something. How did he get in and match with us? Yeah, pay to win. That's right. But yeah, I guess I could wrapping my head around it is like it's an opportunity, and then you get so much more satisfaction when you go up against overwhelming odds and you actually take them out, and they get so angry because they spent all their money and they still getting killed. Good job. Good shot. Kill him. Time's a wasting, man. Minigun. Man, I cannot believe we just won that. That is unbelievable. Let's get right up on that spawn points and just unload on them. Come on. Give me all you got. Come on. Blow up and detonate with your photon nucleon. Look at you. A bastion? I don't have that. Fool. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, let's see. Oh, Wesley, I would enjoy. Why are you getting mad, man? That was fair. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. I was so... when they come at you with all that big old Leviathan shit. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. You know, the behemoth robot, you know, and you pop them. That's so satisfying, especially with a little Zephyr with 10-4 armor. Oh, don't you want to come behind it? Come on. Yeah, Wesley, what's up? Oh, who was that? Baylor. Oh, he flanked me. That was good. Yeah. Or bad on my part. How stupid is that? Okay, but yeah, good. Alright, you full to go, man. I want him to get in closer a little bit to me. He gonna die. He gonna make me die. Please leave it alone. Oh, you killed him too. Good shot, man. All right. See what else they got in their hangers. I don't know. Oh, you annoying me. Oh, that's all right. Man, how do you practice to send somebody a mean emoji, man? Is that a skill you got? Oh, good. Save me an impulse charge. Good job, man. All right. It's my honor. Yeah. I had a sense of honor that a decent guy was. Oh, the scroll button to send the emotes. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't. Well, I guess it would be a good thing to practice, but I would generally send a smiley. Nobody should be getting angry at him. That messes up with your mind. I would love to get close to you. Can't. Dead. One shot. 36,000 damage. Yeah. That's alright. Come on, Savannah. Stick your behind out there one more time. Good, I got it. Okay, this is one of those things where you can do a missile launch. Dang it. I'm trying to ambivalize, man. Figure out where I'm going up here. Oh. I hear you tromping around and tromping. What was that? Maybe somebody, somebody followed me. Maybe that's what that is. I appreciate it. Anything I can, I need to earn coins here. I had to come home from my school job to look after my daughter. Speaking of which, okay. I'm at, sure. Yeah, my number's up there, but I don't know if I'm full right now. What is your Macarena ID? Okay. Thank you. I may have to drop off. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Okay. I'm leaving this one. You're on your own, y'all bots. Cause I do need to go check on my daughter. So. Normally she would be in here with me, but my wife came and got her to go over there. HD Rage, can you? If you sent? I don't know if that's your Macarena name or not. I really appreciate you coming on my stream and wanting to join in. I love that, right? Because it's just like, that's the thing I think about is so cool about a new kind of television, where the spectator watching the television can say, can I jump into the story and, you know, just change the course of things? I love that. But anyway, you got to tell me HD Rags 1626. You got to tell me your number. My number is up here. Tell me your Macarena name and number, and add me. But I've got to go check on my daughter.